What is good, everyone? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the strategy that has made me over 6 figures in trading profits with verifiable proof of everything, right? Now, just for the fun of it, I'll pop some screenshots up on the screen right now of me 4 years ago, backtesting every single day, grinding every single day, binge watching YouTube videos all day long. And I basically tried every single strategy. I've tried every single indicator, tried trading every single time frame, every single session, and just everything, right? I've tried everything, and so have you probably, right? Now, I know how frustrating it is to feel stuck as a trader. I know how it feels to constantly bro accounts over and over again and just feel inconsistent as a trader, right? But once I mastered the breakout plus liquidity grab model, it was basically game over. All I had to do was fix my psychology, and that's when I became profitable. And now I'm here to do it for you as well, right? So please do yourself a favor, take some notes, watch until the end, and let's get into it. Now, first of all, we have to understand what a liquidity grab is and what it means, how we can take advantage of it, and how we can make a lot of money by doing so, right? Now, liquidity, keep this in mind, this is very important. Liquidity equals stop losses equals money, and money equals liquidity. So a liquidity grab is essentially just a money grab. It is a stop loss hunt, okay? Because whenever people has their stop losses below a previous low or above a previous high, there's also money resting up there, okay? Because stop losses equals money, money equals liquidity, liquidity equals stop losses, okay? So a liquidity grab on the left right here is whenever it breaks previous lows right here, but then doesn't drive bearish, but instantly starts pushing and rejecting that level, and then starts flipping bullish and continuing that overall higher time frame direction, which in this case is bullish, right? Vice versa. In a bearish example, a liquidity grab is whenever it breaks previous highs up here, right? And then instantly rejects that level and starts flipping bearish, continuing bearish in that overall higher time frame direction. Now, in order to make this strategy work, you also have to understand basic market structure, right? So on the left, we have a bullish example with a low down here, a high up here, a lower high, and now anticipating a new higher high, right? So a low, high, lower high, higher high, because this low is higher than this low. So that becomes a lower high, and then a higher high because this high is higher than this high, vice versa. A high up here, right? Then a low, lower high, and now everyone is anticipating a new lower low. But the problem here is that there's a missing piece to this, okay? Everyone is trading this way. Everyone is trading a breakout plus a retracement and then a rejection at that, significant level right there, right? Bullish closure, overall higher time frame trend. This looks so clean. It looks destined to win, right? But the problem is everyone gets taught this way of trading, and 99% of traders are trading this exact model right here, but 99% of traders are also unprofitable. So you do the math here. If 99% of traders are trading this way, but 99% of traders are also unprofitable, well, it simply does not work because there's a missing piece here, the liquidity grab, right? So your job as a trader and your job watching this video right now is to figure out what the top 1% is doing differently compared to the top 99% of traders, right? So the top 1% is profitable, 99% of traders are unprofitable, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you this. The top 1% of traders are waiting for the 99% of traders to get stopped, hunted, okay? Stopped out, liquidated, manipulated, whatever you want to call it, okay? So you don't end up taking a setup right here, buy, stop loss here, and then a take profit up here to anticipate that new higher high, or a sell here, stop loss here, anticipating this new low down here. You don't do that because you're not inside the top 99% of traders. You are now inside the top 1% of traders, right? So what happens here? Boom, we get a clear liquidity grab right at this significant level, right? So if you're experienced, if you know the breakout plus liquidity grab strategy, you wouldn't have entered right here. You would now enter post liquidity grab because this is a clear liquidity grab breaking all these lows, right, in a bullish uptrend and grabbing liquidity, grabbing stop losses, and just hunting money from other people's stop losses, okay? Same right here. It grabbed liquidity above these previous highs up here, and then it followed that overall higher time frame trend, okay? So now to draw the market structure out again, we now have a low down here again, a high up here, and now this becomes the lower high, and then this becomes the higher high. So market pushed down instantly, right? And then liquidated and stopped out everyone that got in right there with these stops down here. And then it moved, right? So the market stopped out 99% of traders and now is allowing the top 1% of traders to enter, okay? Vice versa, there's a high up here, a lower high. No, actually, this is the lower high. And then this is the lower low. Now, the rules to this strategy, okay? There's the setup confirmation, the entry confirmation, and the strategy statistics, okay? Setup confirmation, first of all, there must be a clear liquidity graph, okay? This is absolutely essential, okay? Now, you've just seen what happens if you don't wait for liquidity, you'll end up being the liquidity yourself. Keep that in mind. If you don't wait for it, you'll end up getting stopped out and then price moving in your favor, okay? Second of all, it must be inside a volatile session. So this means Asia Open, London Open, New York Open, or NYSE Open, New York Stock Exchange Open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Third of all, it must follow the higher time frame direction. It is much easier to take a pro trend trade following the higher time frame direction versus a counter trend trade and trying to catch a reversal. Okay, it's much easier. You're gonna up your win rate. You're gonna take a lot better trades. Okay, now entry confirmation. You've got 3 ways to enter. First of all, there's a break of previous high or low, right? Second of all, there's a break of current high or low. Third of all, there's a candle closure. Pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to be explaining all of these 3 later on, right? Some statistics over this strategy and why it works so good. It is a 75 to 80% win rate strategy with an average of 1-to-1 RR, and the frequency is 2 to 3 trades per week. And you may look at this and say, 2 to 3 trades a week, that's nothing. Trust me, it is more than plenty, okay? It is much better to take quality over quantity trades and focus on less but better trades compared to a lot but worse trades, okay? Now, I've got a chart example right here, and you can clearly see that there's a significant level right here, right? Resistance right here, and then we broke through and resistance became support, and then we continued bullish, okay? Now, we broke through again, and resistance becomes support again, and we get a candle confirmation bullish, okay? Now, the problem here is that it is currently 9 a.m. Eastern, right? I'm in Central Europe right now, so it says 3 p.m., but it's 9 a.m. Eastern, and market opens up in 30 minutes, okay? NYSE, New York Stock Exchange opens up at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's 9 a.m. right now, right? Now, everyone is waiting for this, or 99% of traders are waiting for a candle confirmation, candle closure above this level so they can take a long and anticipate a new higher high, right? So we play fast forward here, and now 99% of traders are entering right there, stop loss right here below the previous low, and now they're anticipating this to continue bullish right here up to these levels, right? The problem is though, we don't have a clear liquidity grab. It's market open, but we don't have any liquidity grabs. If you don't wait for the liquidity, you'll end up being the liquidity yourself, okay? Now, this looks pretty good, I can't lie. It is a low, right? So a low, a high, lower high, and now all retail traders, 99% of traders and 99% of traders that's unprofitable, right, is waiting for this move and this new higher high. The problem is there's no liquidity gap, as I said, right? Now, this is market open, and what does price want to do? It instantly pushes down and liquidates everyone, stops out everyone that entered right there, got an early buys, and then now it's continuing bullish. So your entry wouldn't be here. Your entry would be here with the stops below the liquidity gap, and then you can target these gaps to the left or this significant level. Let's just say this gap right here, because this is probably new candle. Yeah, this is new candle right there. And now you can ride the wave up. It is pretty damn beautiful, I can't lie. But you're essentially just taking advantage of everyone getting stopped out, and then once everyone has gotten liquidated, manipulated, stop hunted, now you enter. Now you're inside the top 1% of traders that's actually profitable. Now, to put it into perspective, I've got a funny example right here. You can also see a rubber band, right? In order for price to continue up, we must push down, grab orders, grab liquidity, stop out everyone. And then after that, we've got so much momentum and volume to continue bullish or continue bearish. In order for price to go down, we need to go up first. We need to grab orders, grab stop losses, liquidate everyone, and then boom, with that momentum from market open with the liquidity grab, we can continue down, okay? It is so beautiful. Now, I've got another chart example right here, and I'm not just cherry picking the best examples there is in Replay Bar. Obviously, I am in Replay Bar right now, but I, in fact, do take these trades. I made around $3,500. I think it was right around $3,480, if I remember correctly. You can double check on that. Also made around $2,100 on the last position, but I've got verifiable proof, live accounts, withdrawals, bank statements, everything. Don't worry, okay? And I also do trade live with my community every single day. But nonetheless, there is a significant level right here. You can clearly see that, right, of these wicks. We also do have a level down here. You can see these wicks rejected right here, and now resistance, previous resistance becomes support. We also have some highs to the left of us. So we have these highs. This is 830 highs. 830 highs right there. And then we obviously have some, levels up here, but that's irrelevant for now. Now, the thing here is that everyone is seeing this again as a breakout, then they're waiting for a retracement and then a continuation. Okay, break and retest. Everyone is trading this way. 99% of traders are trading this way, but you don't trade this way now. You trade like the top 1% of traders, right? And I'll go over this trade, why I took it, and how I made $3,500. Now, this is market open right here, right? This is 5 minutes after market open, actually. 10 minutes after market open, we do push down to these levels, almost, right? And now everyone is either entering here or they entered on the previous candle right there, right? With these stops or these stops right here. Now, what happens? Do you take a setup like this, right? Target these highs or new highs up here? No, you don't, right? You wait for everyone to get stopped out, liquidated, and then you enter. Look at this, a proper liquid grab once again, okay? So you enter right there instead on the break of the current high, break of the previous high, or candle closure. In this case, candle closure is way too far, but break of the previous or break of the current high, right? Stop loss below, and now you target a, significant levels up to the left of it, and we basically just ran. And you can check the trade recap of this with the verifiable proof, blah, 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 whatever, right? But it is pretty damn beautiful. And you can see again, right? Now, in order for price to push up, in order for price to push up, we need to push down first, grab orders, grab liquidity, stop out everyone, and then boom, we're going to push like crazy with that momentum from the liquidity gap and market open. And does this fit our entry criteria, our setup confirmation? Yes, it does. Is it in an overall higher time frame trend, which is, pro trend? Yes, it is. It is a bullish overall higher time frame trend. You can see there's a low down here, right? High, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high. It's an overall bullish trend. We're taking buys pro trend. Is there a clear liquidity grab? Yes, there is. There's a clear liquidity grab right there. There's also technically a liquidity grab right here, right? On the higher time frame, this is a wick. On the lower time frame, it is a, candle closures, right? So there's a clear liquidity grab. It's in an overall higher time frame bullish trend, and we're taking buys pro trend. And it's in a volatile session. It is market open right here, 9:45 a.m. Eastern, right? So 15 minutes after market open. Fits everything. It's so beautiful. 80% win rate, 75 to 80% win rate. Average risk to reward is 1-to-1. Sometimes you'll get more. Sometimes you'll get, a 1-to-1. But it's pretty damn beautiful, right? Now, it is your lucky day because I've made a 16-page free PDF file going over the entire strategy right here. You can see break previous, breakout plus liquidity grab. You can see the liquidity grab right there, then the continuation. Everything is in here for free, 16 pages. I've also had a checklist made for you guys for free as well, right? It's just beautiful. You can check off all the boxes to give yourself and give the setup a grade, A+ to C, right? I mean, isn't this just beautiful, right? If you want access to this, join the free Discord. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And otherwise, thank you for watching, everyone. Rewatch it if you need to. And yeah, take care.